Okay, welcome everyone to my channel. So here is the question paper. Actually, I'm pleased to announce that I written NEET 2026 examination. So this is the question paper booklet number 14. So now I'm going to discuss each and every question of the biology. Okay. So question number 91. If you have the question booklet, please keep this in your hand, and then so that it will be easy for us to discuss. So question number 91, in the question paper booklet number 14, code 14. So it is about the cell cycle phases. G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, M phase. That is actually first option, because G1 phase, cell metabolically active and continuously grows but does not replicate its DNA. And S phase, the replication of DNA and amount of the DNA per cell doubles but not the chromosome number. And M phase will be actual cell division takes place. And the G2 phase, the proteins are synthesized and also the cell growth continues. So that is first option. Next, question number 92. Question number 92. Incomplete dominance, anti-random species will be the answer. Codominance, ABO blood groups. Pleiotropy will be phenylketonuria. And then polygenic inheritance, human skin color. So first option will be the answer. Next, question number 93. Which of the following statements are correct related to biodiversity and conservation question? Statement A. The Amazon rainforest being cut and cleared for cultivation of soybeans is an example of habitat loss. It's true. B. Stellar sea cow and passenger pigeon became extinct due to overexploitation by humans. True. The Nile perch introduced into Lake Victoria in East Africa helped in population growth of sickled fish in the lake, but it does not helped with the growth of sickled fish. So that is not correct. Next, water hyacinth is an invasive species. That is true. Next, statement E. When a species become extinct, the plant and animal species associated with it are not affected. They given, so it should be affected. So option statement C and E are incorrect, but they are asking correct one, so A, B, D will be the correct answers. Next, question number 94. Question number 94. Yes, if you have any queries you can ask me. Okay. Right. So the next question, 94, in the question number booklet 14. Okay, code 14. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to transcription unit? Statement A: the transcription unit in DNA defined primarily by three regions: promoter, structural gene, terminator. It's true. Next, B: the promoter is said to be located towards the 5' of the structural gene. That is actually technically true. Next, C: the promoter is a DNA sequence that provides binding site for RNA polymerase. Is actually true. Next, D: the promoter defines a template and coding strands of the structural gene. Next, E. The terminator is located towards a 3' end, that is true, of the coding strand, that is true. So all statements are true. A, B, C, D, E. Correct answers. Next, question number 95. Question number 95. Which of the following statements are true with reference to the sex determination in honeybees? Honeybees, we know what is the type of sex determination. That is haplodiploid type of sex determination. So statement A, an offspring formed from the union of a sperm and egg develops as a female. That is true. A is true. Next, B, an unfertilized egg develops as a male by parthenogenesis. True. A male has half number of chromosomes than that of a female. Why? Because males are haploid, females are diploid in honeybees. Next question. Males produce sperms by meiosis. It's wrong actually. Males produces sperms by mitosis. That is correct, but they given meiosis. It is not correct. Next, E. Honeybees have a haplodiploid sex determination system. That is true. So that means A, B, C, E. So these four statements are correct except D. So first option is the right answer. Next, the 96. This is match the following questions. Left side events they mentioned and right side locations they mentioned. Glycolysis in the cytoplasm, ETS electron transport system inner mitochondrial membrane, accumulation of protons, and Krebs cycle. We know what is Krebs cycle, where it takes place, mitochondrial matrix. So the answer will be fourth option, A3, B1, C4, D2. Fourth option will be the right answer. Next, 97, direct question they asked about photosynthesis. How many ATPs and NADPH molecules are required to make one molecule of glucose through Kelvin pathway? So, total they require 18 ATPs and 12 NADPH for one molecule of glucose. Next, question number 98. That means answer is first option. 98. Genetical. It is also a massive following question. Genetically modified organism is nothing but BT cotton. Thermostable DNA polymerase is Thermus aquaticus. That means from that bacteria we extract that. Okay. Next to attack polymerase enzyme we extract from that bacteria. TI plasmid is from Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and PBR 322 is related to E. coli. So the key is first option. Next, question number 99. In which of the following the ovules are not enclosed by an ovary wall and remain exposed? Very easy question. Funaria, Selaginella, Pinus, Wolfia. So obviously the answer is Pinus, because gymnosperms are naked seeds. So they don't have a wall of ovary. Then obviously the naked seeds will develop from that after fertilization. Next, question number 100. The enzyme required for carboxylation in the Kelvin cycle is, this is obviously carboxylation means addition of carbon dioxide to the RUBP. So what is the enzyme required? RUBP carboxylase oxygenase enzyme is required. Third option is the answer. 101. Trypsin, morphine, concanavalin, collagen. Trypsin is an enzyme, morphine is an alkaloid, concanavalin is a lectin, and collagen is intercellular ground substance in the connective tissues. And the option 1 is correct answer. 101. Next question. 102. Which of the following statements are correct regarding amino acids? They all are substituted methanes. True. Serine is an aromatic they given, but it is alcoholic, not aromatic. Next, valine is neutral they given. It's true. Next, lysine is an acidic amino acid they given. It's basic amino acid. So only A and C are true. So second option is the right answer. Question number 103. Which one of the following disorders is caused by substitution of glutamic acid by valine at the sixth position of the beta globin chain of the hemoglobin molecule? Obviously, what is the disorder? It is sickle cell anemia. So right answer. Third option. 104. Which one of the following is a site for active ribosomal synthesis, ribosomal RNA synthesis? The answer is nucleolus. At the nucleolus position only, in the nucleolus location only, the ribosomal RNA will be synthesized. Next, question number 105. Which one of the following statement is not true about the universal rules of binomial nomenclature they given? Fourth option, straight away I'm telling you, the first word in the biological name represents the specific epithet they given. First name is not the specific name, it should be the genus name. So the given species name, and while the second name denotes genus they given, so that is wrong. So option 4. Next, question number 106. 24D. 24D is a herbicide, and GA3. So GA3 means that is brewing industry. Next, kinetin, nutrient mobilization, abscisic acid, stimulation of stomatal closure. So the answer is fourth option. You can go with that. Next, 107. Conjunctive tissue is nothing but the tissue between the xylem and phloem. Next, Casparian strips. Casparian strips are nothing but the endodermal cells with suberin deposition. Next, subsidiary cells are the specialized cells in the vicinity of guard cells, and the starch sheath, endodermal cells rich in starch. So the answer is first option. Anatomy of flowering plants question. Next, question number 108. Sexual reproduction flowering plants. Which one of the following type of pollination brings uh, genetically different types of pollen grains to the stigma? Obviously, it is xenogamy. Xenogamy means two different plants. So obviously, different genetics they will possess. So genetically different types. Next, question number 109. Heterophilous development. That means different types of leaves in response to the environment is an example of the plasticity. Next, first option is the right answer. And 108, the question in answer is xenogamy. Fourth option is the right answer. Next, 109, the first option, plasticity, ability to show different leaves, different types of leaves. Okay. Next. Okay, question number 110. Which of the following statements are not true regarding restriction endonucleases? Okay, regarding restriction endonucleases, A statement they called molecular scissors, it is true. So we are asking, they are asking not true. So A statement is true, not required. Next, B. These are the enzymes responsible for restricting the growth of bacteriophages in E. coli. That is true actually. So next, C. They cut the DNA only at the center of the palindromic site they given. That is not correct. Next, D. They remove nucleotides only from the ends of DNA fragments they given. That is also not correct. So E. They are responsible, they recognize specific palindromic base pair sequences. That is true. That means only C and D statements are incorrect. That means answer is fourth option, C and D only. Next, 111. Arrange the following steps of DNA fingerprinting in a correct sequence. I'm telling you the correct sequence first. Step number 1, isolation of DNA and its digestion by restriction endonucleases. That is the first step. And second step will be the E, statement E, that is the second step. Separation of DNA fragments by electrophoresis is the second step. Next, third step is C, transferring of separated DNA fragments to synthetic membranes. That is 3. Next, fourth in the sequences, hybridization using labeled VNTR probe. So that is fourth. Next, last step is detection of hybridized DNA fragments by autoradiography. So the answer is second option, AECBD. AECBD. Second option will be the answer. Booklet number 14. I'm discussing booklet number 14. Next. At the end, I'll tell you analysis also, how many questions from which chapters asked also. I'll explain you about the weightage. Next, question number 112. Find the incorrect statements about photosynthesis from the following. A. The water splitting complex is associated with the PS1 and next, C4 plants use the C3 pathway of CO2 fixation as the main biosynthetic pathway. It's true. Next, in C4 plants, the photorespiration is not going to occur. Next, C3 plants exhibit Kranz anatomy. That is not true. So A and D, even ATP synthesis in chloroplast occurs through chemiosmotic. That is true. So uh, the answer is A and D only. A and D only. Next. 113, that means 3, third option. Next, 113. Arrange the following steps of somatic hybridization in a correct sequence. Somatic hybridization. So the first step is isolation of single cells from the two different varieties of plants. Second step is digestion of cell walls. Third step is isolation of naked protoplast. And fourth option, that means fourth statement is fourth step is fusion of protoplast to get hybrid protoplast, and fifth step is growing of hybrid protoplast to form a new plant. So that means D, A, B, C, E. Fourth option will be the answer. Next, question number 114. The main function of bulliform cells in grasses is to minimize the water loss during the stress. Next, that is third option. Next, 115. Arrange the following in the correct developmental sequence related to microsporogenesis. First, sporogenous tissue will come. Second, pollen mother cells. Third, microspore tetrads. And fourth, pollen grains. So, BDAC. That means fourth option is the answer. Question number 116. Which of the following is an in situ conservation method? Seed bank, wildlife safari park, and botanical garden, they all are ex situ conservations. And sacred groves is the in situ conservation from biodiversity question. Next. 117. Which one of the following is a triploid cell? Direct question. Third option, primary endosperm cell. This is actually triploid in nature. Why? Because it is produced due to the diploid central cell with the second male gamete. So obviously 1 plus 2, 1n plus 2n equal to 3n. Okay. Next, question number 118. Since the origin and diversification of life on Earth, there have been 5 episodes of mass extinction of species. How is the sixth extinction, which is in progress, different from the previous episodes? This straight away from the NCRT lines only. The present species extinction rate are 100 to 1000 times faster than in the pre-human rate times. So fourth option is the right answer. Straight away, direct lines. Next, 119. In the lacoperon, the Z codes for beta galactosidase, Y codes for permease, and A codes for transestylase. We all know that. Direct question, fourth option is the answer. Next, question number 120. In racemose inflorescence, the flowers are born on acropetal succession, and there is unlimited growth, you can see. But in cymose inflorescence, that is limited, and it is terminated with single flower. We all know that. Next, the answer is first option. Next, 121. The main criteria used for five kingdom classification proposed by R.H. Whitaker, mainly what are the characteristics he considered? Cell structure, body organization, and reproduction, phylogenetic relationship. So these are the main criteria he considered to classify the five kingdom classification. Next one, question number 122. The evil quartet of biodiversity loss includes which of the following? Biodiversity conservation, habitat loss, fragmentation, overexploitation, alien species invasion, co-extinction. So the question is 122, the evil quartet biodiversity, first option, habitat loss, fragmentation, overexploitation, alien species, invasion, co-extinction. So this is the first option, right answer. Next, question number 123. Identify the correct sequence of steps in each cycle of polymerase chain reaction. Denaturation, annealing, extension, three steps. So fourth option is the right answer. Next, question number 124. They asked about respiratory quotient. Uh, 145 oxygen molecules utilized, but one or two carbon dioxide molecules are released. That means the quotient is very less. That means less than 1. It should be between 0.5 to 0.95. Okay. So third option will be the answer. Next, question number 125. Exploring the molecular, genetic, and species level diversity for products of economic importance is called bioprospecting. The answer is fourth option, bioprospecting. Next, question number 126. Decomposition, detritus, mineralization, humification. Very easy question. The fourth option is the answer. Decomposition means breaking down of complex organic into simple inorganic. Next, detritus means dead remains. Next, mineralization means release of inorganic nutrients by the activity of microbes. And humification means accumulation of dark colored amorphous substance. So answer is fourth option. Next, 127. Identify the correct statement about biomolecules. Lipids are water soluble. Wrong. They are not water soluble. They are water insoluble. Next, proteins are polypeptides. True. Polysaccharides are long chains of sugars. True. And adenine and guanine are substituted pyrimidines they given, but they must be purines, right? So uh, D statement and A statement both are wrong. Next, almost all enzymes are proteins they given. All the enzymes are proteins only. That is true. That means B, C, and E only true. That's it. They're asking about correct statements. B, C are true. Second option. Next, question number 128. In angiosperms, root hairs arises from which one of the following regions of the root? We know the regions of the root. First, root cap, region of meristem, and region of elongation, region of maturation. So at the region of maturation, you'll find the root hairs. Next, question number 129. Which one of the following is not a characteristic of plant cell in the phase of elongation? So here there is an ambiguity existing between the first option and fourth option. So second and third definitely not correct. Increased vacuolation they given. That is actually characteristic of the elongation. Next, cell enlargement also characteristic of elongation. But they given large conspicuous nuclei and new cell wall deposition. Both could be the right, but I go with the new cell wall deposition because the fourth option why I am choosing is because it is an exclusive activity coming under the meristematic activity. Okay. Next, question number 130 about the Solanaceae family floral formula they asked. Actually, first option will be the answer. Why? Because androecium 5 stamens and petals 5 petals and gamopetalous condition is there, but the stamens will be attached to petals. So epipetalous condition attachment should be there. So this is the only question which I have done mistake in the examination. So I am getting 355 marks. Next, question number 131. Which one of with reference to packaging of DNA helix? Statement A. Statement A. Okay, statement A. Histones are organized to form a unit of 8 molecules called histone octamer is true. Next, statement B. Histones are negatively charged basic proteins. That is actually not correct because histones are not negatively charged, they are positively charged. Next, histones are rich in basic amino acid residues, lysine and arginine. It's true. Next, the positively charged DNA is wrapped around the histone octamer. But the given positively charged DNA, that is not correct. DNA is negatively charged and not positively charged. Next statement E. The packaging of a chromatin at higher levels requires an additional set of proteins called non-histone chromosomal proteins, NHC proteins. So answer is A, C, E only. Okay. Next one. So please excuse me. I'm getting resound of my own voice. Next question. 132. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to DNA separation, isolation, and visualization? The cutting of DNA is done by molecular scissors. It's true. B. The DNA fragments separate according to their size in agarose gel upon electrophoresis. It's true. Next, the separated DNA fragments can be seen without staining the given. Without staining, we cannot see. So it's a wrong statement. Statement D. The separated DNA fragments, when stained with the Ethereum bromide, can be seen in visible light the given. It's not correct. So only A and B statements are correct. Only A and B statements. So that means third option. Next question number 133. Alpha helix is found in which level of protein structure? It is secondary structure of proteins. That is straight away question. Next, coming to the productivity, net primary productivity, we all know that the answer is first option. Next question number 135. Option 3, marginal P, marginal presentation P. So A is 2 only. That means third option is the only option where A is 2 is there. So easy to find out the answer. Third option. Next, question number 136. Choose the correct statement regarding frog's anatomy. So first statement, hepatic portal system is, please sorry, I'll be back again.